My name is Matt Hill. Today's date is May 15th, 2025. Today we'll be forming a video for Sitek Process Solutions. Since we like to keep our customers' privacy, we will give you a location of the job and a PO number. This company is located in the United States and the PO number ends in 55123. Today we'll be reviewing a 270S SRD chamber that has been refurbished. I'm going to go ahead and get the tool started and I'll take you into our refurbishment process. Feel the low pressure purge going, LPP, looking good. Cassettes are dry now. Perfect. Today we'll be running a typical spin rinse dryer process. First, it is starting in the rinse cycle where it will rinse any unwanted particles off of the substrates, followed by a purge setting, which then eliminates all DI water out of the DI lines. After that, it goes into a dry one where the RPM speeds up significantly, allowing the centrifugal force to get most of the large water particles off of the substrates. Once it gets out of that dry one stage, the RPMs will slow down, and then the heating elements will do the remaining drying of any water that is still on those substrates. All right, we can see we are into that dry one. Just double check a few things. Perfect, looking good so far. You can see we're already eliminating a lot of the water that was in there. All right, well this SRD was sent in with just the chamber. You can see this one came in with the poly right here, but a lot of times just to send in to the chamber itself, if the poly doesn't need any attention, is an easier way to kind of keep one head at the fab, and then you can send one in for a repair or a full refurbishment. Like I said, they chose to just send in this chamber, but we still do every SRD refurbishment the same way, where we take a tool and break it down to the component level and test all components for function. Then we also electro-polish and chemically clean all metal parts. Once all the parts have been tested for function, then we'll take it into a dry quality one where it will be assembled back to its full assembly and then tested without the facilities. Once it gets past the quality test for dry, it'll go into our quality control for adding facilities, which are wet quality control. And then that's where we'll add the facilities and test for full functionality. Once it passes both our dry one and our wet process, it'll come into this final stage that you see here, where we will set up the machine and run it in multiple different recipes, at least about 50 times, just to ensure that the unit is going to be ready to have a plug and play back into the fab. Okay, just want to take a look real quick. We are in our dry 2. You can feel the heat off the bowl. Everything seems to be running perfectly fine. On top of our refurbishments, we also offer all spare parts and services needed to keep your SRD up and running. This includes things like motors, motor repairs, motor controllers, motor controller repairs, or your LC4, ACR valves, solenoid valves, N2 filters, anything that you would need to keep your SRDs up and running in your fab, we can provide that for you. Majority of the items we do keep here in stock. All right, just want to get an idea where we're at. On top of being able to offer the SRD's parts and services, we are always looking at ways to make the SRD easier and more efficient product for our clients. As you can see right over here, we have slick devices set up in this one. This is a Sitek controller that was state-of-the-art and we designed here ourselves. It is a touch screen, and then it also comes with N2 savings, and then also can save up to 20 recipes and preventive maintenance capabilities. On top of that, we also engineered the resistivity probe that Foxborough had discontinued. That way we can keep our clients up and running with not as large of a lead time, if you can even find the discontinued parts. And then other than SRDs, we also offer things like mask cleaners, wet benches, IDI pumps and repairs. And then we are now developing our own box washer. To be coming soon, you will be able to just purchase a brand new box washer from us. And because I know those box washers are low in count and hard to find, and they're 30, 40, 50 years old sometimes, so they tend to break down a bit. Looks like we have about 2 minutes left, so I'm going to step out of the picture, kind of let this finish running, and then I'll step back in to finish everything off. RSP, your door open. There we go. All right. Warm to the touch, dry substrates. Everything looking good. So we have ran a successful cycle, and this chamber is now ready to ship back to our customer. This will conclude our video source inspection today. Thank you for taking the time to view it. If you have any other questions or would like any other information, please don't hesitate. Give us a call at 916-979-9000, or you can reach us at sales@sitekprocess.com. Thank you. Hope you have a good day.